What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we are going to be going over the charts. As you guys know, we've been talking about a possible push up to as high as 24.5. Now, if that area breaks, Bitcoin could go up further. We have our targets. I showed you guys that yesterday. We're going to take a look at those charts, see what's going on. We'll also take a quick look at Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, gold, and silver towards the end of the video. So definitely stick around for that because it all goes together. We've talked about this before. I know everybody's getting extremely bullish right now. Guys, have caution here. This is not a place to get bullish in my opinion, but I'm going to take a look at the charts and we'll take a look at all the possibilities. So definitely stick around. Make sure you scroll down, smash those thumbs up. Thanks a lot for yesterday's video. A lot of you guys hit the likes and that really helps push the video. So if you would, do it again. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And let's also share the video. Looking at the pre-markets, they're down 100 for the Dow, down 11 for S&P, down 20 as of right now. Hopefully this video gets out before the markets open. But remember, 10 o'clock reversals on the traditional markets. So be careful of that. We're going to take a look at it in the charts. Let's do it. So this is my Dow Jones chart. As you guys know, I'm looking for it to come way back down to these levels. We have broken this trend line. So again, this is the daily. So we have to close up here for it to, let's see what happens. We could just get a rejection there and continue back down. But it does look a little bullish right now in the Dow, but the area to watch is around that 32,050 point range. Look for a rejection there. If that happens, I think we could be coming back down here. If not, we could blow up from here. But what I do want to show you guys is this high. We're making lower highs right here. We're making higher highs in the RSI. That is hidden bearish divergence. Obviously, we are in a downtrend. Remember, I've talked about it a lot of times. During the bear market, we're always going to have rallies up to get people bullish. That's to get liquidity to continue down. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, and I could be wrong. I'm not saying it's 100% that we're going to continue down from here, but it is more likely, in my opinion, at all. Well, let's get into the DXY. So the DXY, this was where we were looking for support. We dipped down a little below it. But remember, if we do break this and start opening closing dailies below it, the next support's around this 200 EMA, which is around 105.67. Now, if we do get down here, that'll be the one more push up, in my opinion, for Bitcoin. But let's take a look at what's going on. So Bitcoin, here is what we talked about. Well, we've been talking about it for a long time. This is the major resistance, that 24.5-ish area. That is major resistance on the monthly. So obviously, we are, 3/4 through the monthly. So this is going to be an area to watch on the monthly chart. Now, there's all different time frames showing a lot of different stuff, but they're all showing resistance around this area. And I'll go through that with you. We talked about breaking this trend line on the RSI. Remember, if the monthly closes below this RSI, then on the monthly, we remain bearish. Let's take a look at the weekly. So at the weekly, we'll look at where we're at. We talked about this yesterday, the 8 EMA. Now, if the weekly closes above this, obviously that's going to be bullish up towards possibly the 26.7 range. And then we have the 21 EMA at 30,000. Do we get that high? I don't think so, but anything's possible, right? We've talked about this yesterday. We did break up out of this, but remember, we did that over here. And we'll take a look at that in the next charts. My lower targets are still down to this area here, the $15,000 to $8,000 range. We'll get into the shorter time frames. Here's the daily. As you guys know, these are my measured move targets. And like I explained before, we made this measured move back in November down to the 24.3. That's why I think that will remain 24.3 to 24.5. That's why I think that'll remain major resistance. Now, that's not to say we can't wick above and then close back down below. But looking at the daily right now, we are getting rejected at, it's actually right at the 55 EMA. That's huge resistance. But remember, 24.3-ish, 24.5 may get a wick up to that area. If you look at the RSI, we are at resistance on the RSI also. Now, again, if it does pop up, we'll take a look at the 4 hour and see where we could be headed. But if we do get up above this, then we're the 200 EMAs all the way up at 33,000 range. That is a possibility. But again, I don't think this is anything but a relief rally. And if you guys haven't seen my Amazon to Bitcoin comparison chart, I made that on December 2nd. You can see the video when you open up my YouTube page, or you can just go to yesterday's video, day before, 2 days ago, I think it was Monday, I made a good video on how bubbles pop, and I showed you how they always have, you know, relief rallies in the middle to get everyone bullish again. So guys, just remain cautious in this area. If Bitcoin was to go to new all-time highs from here, there's areas that it would have to break, like the 33,000. Are you going to miss out much? So say you buy down here and we go much lower. When you buy and then it goes lower, you're out of, you know, you're losing that money when you could buy lower out here. If you buy a little higher, maybe you missed out on a little bit. Now this is more for hodlers, not traders, this part here. But anyways, hopefully that makes sense to you. You know, the guys up here, they kept calling the bottom all the way down. So you got a lot of people that bought up in these accumulation ranges. Now, if you guys are interested in trading before I get into the smaller time frames, definitely check out Prime XBT, my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you like the scam exchanges, so you don't get the big connection. I said connection because this popped up. You don't get the big scammy wicks. You can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. One more thing, remember we're going to be doing a members video today. Probably going to do it this afternoon, so watch out for that if you are a member. We're going to go over a lot of different charts, and we'll go into more detail, whatever charts the members want to look at. So remember to keep your notifications on and keep that like button smashed. But over here, remember we talked about this yesterday. We popped up above this, got everyone bullish before coming down hard. Could we be seeing the same thing here? This is called an upthrust in redistribution, the Wyckoff redistribution phase. The upthrust breaks all these highs over here, gets all the liquidity and comes down. Could we be seeing the same thing here? It is a possibility, but we talked about it yesterday. Let's take a look at these targets real quick, and I'll talk about it a little bit in the RSI too. But the break of the trend here gave us our target of around that $77,000 to $8,000 range. And if we look at what went on here, you can see we had this flagpole, bear flag. Once it broke, that gave us our target of 17.5. So if this is another bear flag, redistribution, whatever you want to call it, there's lots of different ways to look at this stuff. I tried to show you guys all of that with Elliott Wave and everything else. But if it was to come down and break down here, then we're looking around that 7,700 range. So technically what you want to do, if it breaks back below this 23.3 range and starts getting resistance here, it's probably a safe place to short with some stops up here. But if we do remain on top of this, we talked about it yesterday, coming up above this, getting support, we're looking at that 24.3. If that does break and we get support there, we could be going as high as this 27. And all that is a measured move of this channel from the breakout that would get us up to about, this isn't going to be exact, but about 27.3, somewhere in that range. I do expect a major rejection if we were to get that high. But again, my first point of resistance here that we've had, which was our old target from back in November, 24.3, should become major resistance. If for some reason we do pop up above that, get support, like I said, look for 27. Let's look at the RSI. So the RSI, you can see we've had these two touches here, and they're alternate touches, top, bottom, top, bottom. We didn't quite hit it here, so we could get up to this range. So keep an eye on that RSI right here for it to get up to that 72.83 range on the RSI. And that would probably get us up to that 24.3 target if that was to happen. So guys, keep a close eye on this. And then if that breaks, then of course, we come down to test the bottom here, which would be somewhere in the, you know, depending on how quick it was to get down here, around the 20,000 range, let's say. But a break of that, then I'd be looking for the 17.5 again. And if we don't get a bounce there, 15.4, and then obviously looking at this as the bear flag, could come all the way down to the 7,500 to 8,000 level. So just keep that in mind, guys. Like I said, I know everybody's getting extremely bullish and excited because the markets are going up, but that happens in bull markets. There has to be relief rallies to get more liquidity in. So just remember that. And this is the Amazon chart. I'm not going to go over that right now. Ethereum. So Ethereum, we are back above our 1564. Where's our next resistance? Right around the 1800 range. Will we get there? Possibly. Let's see what Bitcoin does. But I still think we see some lower lows down here. You can also see the hidden bearish divergence here. Higher highs in the RSI. And if we take that same points, lower highs in the price action. So unless it was to break up above 2000, which is highly unlikely in my opinion, more continuation to the downside. People always say, you know, you're negative and blah, blah, blah. We've been reading the charts, guys, and they've been playing out beautifully. I've been talking about expect relief rallies. You're always going to have them pumps to get people bullish to get liquidity in the markets. Nothing has changed there. So Litecoin, we've talked about this. Now, if this was to get to this target, which we talked about, $80 is about the highest range I see it getting. We also have resistance at the 93. But right now, it is also getting rejected here at the 55 EMA. We'll see what happens if it can start opening and closing dailies above that range, which is going to be around 58.86. Then we can look for that $80 range. But as you can see here, if we go from these highs, lower highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the RSI, in bearish divergence, it is forming in all these charts. Yes, even XRP, and XRP is also getting rejected as of right now at the 55 EMA. So, yeah, this was same thing where I talked about this being, you know, we had that little wick above like we're having here before coming down, wick off redistribution. This looks like a mini redistribution. Again, doesn't have to be. I know a lot of people are watching this high volume node around 30,000, but that matches up with our targets from earlier if we are to remain bullish here. But again, there's nothing saying that we are going to get up to that point right now. 24.3 to 24.5 is huge. Gold still looking bearish, big time bearish. You guys know this target's this chart's like a year old. So is the XRP, Litecoin, and Ethereum charts, about a year old. But this is my target for gold, that 1561 range. And then silver, 15.5. This chart's also about a year old. Anyways, guys, keep an eye on macro to give you an idea of what's really going on in the market. And then you can go down to smaller time frames and use all these same techniques to get your targets. So anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget, smash the likes, comment, and share the video. Thanks a lot, guys. See you in the next one.